Buying a home is one of the most important financial decisions a person will ever make, yet most people step into it completely unprepared. No clear strategy, no structured guidance, just endless listings, scrolling, and growing confusion. In today's property market, that confusion is not just stressful, it is expensive. Because while you are trying to decide, the market is moving, prices are shifting, demand is changing, and the best opportunities rarely stay available for long. This is the reality of modern property buying: fast, competitive, and overwhelming if you are navigating it alone. But here is what most buyers do not realize. The problem is not the lack of properties. The problem is the lack of clarity. Because when clarity is missing, even the best options start to feel confusing. And when confusion takes over, decisions become delayed, emotional, and uncertain. That is where most journeys slow down, not because buyers are incapable, but because they are unsupported. And that is exactly where everything changes, because with the right guidance, the entire process becomes structured, calm, and far more strategic. At Cherished Blossoms Group, the focus is not just on helping you find a property, but on helping you understand the market clearly enough to make confident decisions. Because clarity is what turns pressure into direction, and direction is what turns uncertainty into progress. Now let's step back and understand the bigger picture. In areas like Northwest London, the property market is not static. It is constantly evolving. New developments are introduced, neighbourhood demand shifts, transport links and infrastructure improvements impact value, and buyer competition can increase suddenly in specific zones. For an average buyer, this creates a complex environment where what looks like a good deal today may not hold the same value tomorrow, and what seems expensive at first glance might actually be a strong, long-term opportunity. Without proper insight, it becomes very easy to misjudge the market. That is why guidance is no longer optional, it is essential. Every buyer enters this journey with a different story. Some are first-time buyers trying to understand even the basics of the process. Others are upgrading and searching for more space, better surroundings, and stronger long-term value, while some are investors focused on growth, yield, and future returns. But despite these differences, one need remains the same across all buyers, and that is clarity, because without clarity, even experienced buyers can make emotional decisions. That is why the process always begins with understanding you first, not the property market, not the listings, but you. Your goals, your financial comfort, your lifestyle, and your long-term direction. Because a home is not just a purchase, it is a reflection of your future plans. And when that understanding is clear, everything else becomes easier to filter. Instead of looking at everything available, you start focusing only on what truly matters. Instead of reacting to the market, you start moving with intention. And that shift alone removes a huge amount of stress from the process. Once clarity is established, the next step is navigating the market, and this is where many buyers feel the pressure most. Because in competitive areas, good properties do not stay available for long. Sometimes days, sometimes even hours. Without guidance, urgency leads to rushed decisions, but with structured support, urgency becomes awareness. You are not chasing properties blindly, you are evaluating them properly. You are understanding real value, comparing options with context, and making decisions based on logic, not pressure. That is what changes outcomes. At Cherished Blossoms Group, transparency is a core principle because property buying should never feel like guesswork. You deserve to know exactly what you are stepping into, with no hidden complexity, no confusing steps, and no unclear advice, just honest, structured guidance throughout the journey. Then comes one of the most critical stages, decision-making. This is where most buyers feel the emotional weight. Is this the right home? Is this the right price? Should I wait for something better, or act before it is too late? These questions are natural, but they should never feel overwhelming, because with clarity, decisions become simple. Not rushed, not emotional, but informed. You begin to understand why a property fits your needs. You see its long-term potential, and you recognize when it aligns with your goals. And when that happens, confidence replaces doubt. From the first step to the final decision, the goal is always the same: to remove confusion, bring structure, and create a smoother, more confident buying experience. Because behind every property search, there is a real human story. A family building stability, a couple planning their future, or an individual creating independence. And those stories deserve clarity, not confusion. So, if you are at the beginning of your property journey and everything feels uncertain, remember this: you do not need to figure it all out alone. Because clarity is not something you find randomly, it is something you build with the right guidance. At Cherished Blossoms Group, the goal is not just to help you find a property, but to help you make the right decision with clarity, confidence, and complete peace of mind. So when you are ready, start your clarity journey today.